Aitah for introducing my adopted daughter as my daughter without making it known that she's adopted. I was married from 2000 to 2012. During that time ex-wife and I had a son, 20. We divorced because she had 2 affairs. While we were in marriage counseling trying to pick up the pieces from the first affair, she was very publicly exposed for having a second affair with our child's teacher and her husband. It ended badly when ex-wife started meeting the husband alone behind the wife/teacher's back, and the whole thing was a messy public spectacle, which ultimately ended with the teacher being fired and both marriages ending in divorce. We live in a smallish community and it isn't often that a teacher gets fired mid-year, and certainly not under such interesting circumstances. So it was very much the subject of gossip for years. And it gives people an excellent reference point to remember when it happened. It was when little Timmy was in 4th grade. After our divorce I remarried in 2014, and had adopted my wife's daughter, 14, who was born in 2010. When I introduce my daughter, I introduce her as my daughter. It isn't particularly a secret that she's adopted, but it's something that I don't feel I need to necessarily make people aware of any time I introduce her. Ex-wife sent me a text stating that she had something really important to talk to me about, so I called her thinking it was about our son. She says that I need to make sure that people know that my daughter is adopted because several people have assumed that she's my biological daughter and therefore an affair child. For some reason it bothers her that people might think that I had an affair while we were married, even though it's pretty much common knowledge about her second affair. I told her that anyone who matters knows the situation, and I really don't care if people who don't know gossip about me. I'm rather used to it by now. She said that I should think about her feelings. I told her that the feelings and self-image of my 14-year-old daughter matter way more than her feelings, and she's welcome to set the record straight with anyone she wants, but I'm not going to change the way I introduce my daughter to casual acquaintances to tiptoe around her feelings. I think that constantly pointing out that she's adopted would hurt my daughter, and it's just not what I want to do. So after spending Mother's Day with his mom, my son called me and said that I'm an ass for the way I handled things, and he thinks I should make a point to make it clear that my daughter is adopted so there is no confusion out of respect for him and his mother. Aitah here. Third reply. NTA, but your POS ex is manipulating your son against you. If she insist, tell your son the truth about his mother. Fourth reply. Screw her. She is your daughter. No need to qualify blood or adopted. Hate splitting the two. Second reply. Maybe it's time to tell your son that if his mother was worried about how she looked to other people in town, she wouldn't have had an affair that broke up 2 marriages and got a teacher fired, and that she should mind her own business about how you run your own family. NTA? First reply. Next time your son says something, just got him with the, well, her mother didn't fuck your teacher or cheat on me. But honestly, WTF is up with your son? Does he think you're going to be some happy family again and old mommy will be back in the fold someday? Reddit, don't give me that he's young and hurt. Shit, he's in his 20s and knows his mom is a cheater. He should be happy his day is able to grow and be happy. It sounds weird to constantly introduce an adopted daughter as such rather than your daughter. Even if you didn't adopt her, a normal person would still introduce her as their daughter. Sounds pretty self-centered of her to manipulate the son into asking for it as well. Adopted or not, it's still his sister. Enter.